Since leaving office more than 2 years ago with hundreds of classified documents, Donald Trump has received consistently special treatment from the U.S. government. I mean, the federal government bent over backwards to offer the ex-president extra latitude. They gave him opportunity after opportunity to return the classified documents that he removed from the White House and left all over Mar-a-Lago, from the ballroom to the bathroom. As special counsel Jack Smith's indictment makes clear, they did everything in their power to avoid it all coming to this, which is prosecuting the ex-president. For more than a year and a half, they basically asked nicely before finally searching the ex-president's Florida home. And when the special counsel did eventually bring charges, they did not include, and this is crucial, the nearly 200 classified documents Trump returned in January of 2022 after holding onto those for a year. As Eric Levitz smartly puts it in New York Magazine, the Department of Justice gave Trump a pass on 197 potential counts of willful retention of national defense information. Instead, it charged him with only 31 counts, each corresponding with a highly classified document that Trump knowingly withheld from the government in January 2022 and the FBI later obtained. That is not how an ordinary citizen would be treated. We know that, because we saw what happened to, for example, Reality Winner. In 2017, Winner, an Air Force veteran then working for a military contractor, printed out exactly one classified document. It was about Russian hackers gaining access to voter registration rolls during the 2016 election. She took the document home and mailed it to a media outlet. Winner was subsequently arrested, jailed, and charged with violating the Espionage Act, the same charge Donald Trump is facing. She pled guilty, apologized, was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Reality Winner was the first person prosecuted by the Trump administration under the Espionage Act. She received the longest sentence ever imposed, for leaking classified information to the media. Again, all of that for one document compared to the 31 documents that Donald Trump took and refused over and over again to give back. Allison Krintner Allen is Reality Winner's attorney, and she joins me now. It's great to have you on. Thank you for joining us. I guess I should start by asking how this all looks to you as someone who represents someone who did an incredibly long sentence for her single willful retention and then dissemination of a classified document.
I mean, thank you so much for having me. I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. I mean, it looks amazing. I didn't know that the Justice Department had a red carpet to roll out. It looks fantastic, and we'd like to have that sort of treatment if we could.
So this does not look to you like, from your perspective and representing your client, like this is a DOJ dead set on sticking it to the individual who is named in this indictment.
No, I mean, this looks like a DOJ and in fact, a whole justice system that is bent on giving him as much of the benefit of the doubt as possible. And I mean, that is a stark contrast to what Reality Winner faced. It's a stark contrast to what any of my clients have seen in the Department of Justice and in the justice system. I mean, the idea that someone would be charged with espionage and then yet be able to travel internationally, it's bonkers. It defies logic. And that kind of consideration isn't applied to, well, I mean, I haven't seen it applied to anybody before.
In your client's case, the FBI shows up, they have tracked down that she was the one that leaked this document. They show up and they question her, I think, in her sort of apartment complex. And then, am I right, she's taken into custody and she never sees the outside of a cell until she's released at the end of her time served?
Completely seamless. She had several bond hearings and was denied bail over and over again. Was seen as a threat to national security for one document that, honestly, the American people should have known about anyway.
This is, and just to be clear here, I mean, this is someone who, and when you're evaluating whether they should be free, right? This is a person who was deemed by multiple judges at the behest of the Department of Justice that requested this as a threat to national security if she was bonded out, if she was allowed to be outside and not incarcerated, who, of course, no longer had any access to any secrets of any kind. She didn't work at the place she was. There was no plausible means by which she could.
No plausible future
right.
danger at all. Right. And she never had the kind of access that certainly a president has. I mean, she was a low-level cog in a much bigger machine, and we're fairly certain that it's because she was such a small part of it that she was a little bit easier to kick around. She didn't have the kind of footprint that most people who leak to the press, and certainly Donald Trump, has.
I see what you mean. So even when you're saying that, you're talking about, there's the Sandy Berger, very famous case, General David Petraeus. These are individuals who have extremely high profiles and high rank within the national security apparatus, or politically valuable. That's what you mean.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know very well that classified information leaks to the press all the time. And for the most part, it comes from higher-ranking officials who want to push some kind of political agenda or want the public to know something selectively that makes them look good.
What's the future for your client? I mean, as she watches this unroll, she's now out of prison. She's served her time.
Right.
Is she on probation now? Like, where is she at?
She's still on supervised release. She's not allowed to leave the district, the Southern District of Texas. She will be on supervised release for the next few years, and she's consistently monitored by the probation department, who, I mean, she's about the most boring person to monitor at all. She's a coach, and she just takes care of animals and is living a delayed but her best life right now. But
yeah,
the pardon process goes on, and we're waiting for her time to be up to be able to apply for clemency and pardons.
Yeah, she's not hopping on any private jets or doing any
Right.
campaign stops at Versailles Cafe.
Chris, nobody
she's not
even asked
crisscrossing
her.
the country.
Nobody even asked her if she had a butler that she needed to maintain communication
Yes,
with.
exactly. What an
mean,
oversight. Allison Krintner, Alan, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.